Hi all, I got this data from Kaggle, decided to design a dashboard and share with you. As you can see on the screen, we have the average salary, previous year, and the growth. We have number of engineers, fully remote engineers, salary growth rate, highest paying job, lowest paying job with their salaries. We have the average salary over time, average salary by employment type, experience type. We have average salary by remote ratio, average salary by company size. And also there is a map here which shows the location, the company locations. We also have the average salary by job title. On this, you can see the highest here and then the lowest down here. Okay, so without wasting too much time, let's go and check the steps we are going to take to get this done. There is even a filter here. If I click, you can see a filter. You filter, you select whatever you want to filter with, and then you can also close it. Now, let's go to the steps that we are going to take. Already this one, I've already talked about it, that I got this from Kaggle. I'm going to share this link as well, so that if you want to play with it, you get it from there. And these are the key insights that we could focus on to provide valuable information. So the salary trend over time, impact of experience level on salary, comparison by job titles, and so on and so forth. The same thing that we have here will be applied to the number of engineers. So when you look at the screen here, something that I forgot to mention, everything here you see from this side is on average. If I select engineers count, it will be changed to engineers count. So we are going to see engineers count over time, engineers count by experience level, engineers count by job title. Okay, so the next thing is for us to look at the steps that will be taken to design this dashboard. We are going to do a bit of data modeling, create the various measures, and create the visual. So our data model is going to look like something like this. So from a single table to all these tables. Okay, so please remember to subscribe and click the like button. Okay, so let's start. First of all, this is the background I'm going to use and the various colors that will be used. I'll also share this with you. This is a very simple dashboard. Uh, okay, so let me open a new Power BI desktop and import my file. Okay, so it's a CSV file. Go back a bit. This is it. Data engineer salaries. Okay, so let's go to transform data. And see what we have here. So we have the work year. When you look at the work year, it's already whole number. When I click here, let me load more and see what we have. So the data is from 2020 to 2024. We have the experience level here. We have the employment type, full-time, and so on and so forth. We have the job titles. We have the salaries in different currencies, and those same salaries are converted into dollars. We have the employee residence, the remote ratio. The remote ratio shows if the employee is actually fully remote or no. I think it has 0, 50, and 100. So this is physical, this is half, this is fully remote. We have the company location, we have the company size, medium, large, and I think that is all. Now, I want to duplicate this table so that I can leave the original as it is. So duplicate, because I'm not going to use the first one, let me quickly disable load. Okay, so this first one will be named, let me make it fact data salaries. Okay, so I want to create dimension tables. So when you look at this one, I want to separate it from the main table. So what I'll do is to duplicate this. So this is going to be dim experience level. Okay, so I'll just right click here, remove other columns, remove duplicate, and add the index column. So from 1, and this will be named, sorry, I can even change the name here. Either I double click here or I change the name here on top here. So I can just select experience level ID, drag it here to the first. Okay, so I'll look at the second one, which is employment type. So let me just duplicate this, make this one the employment type. I'll go to employment type column, remove other columns, remove duplicate, then start from 1 here. So this is going to be employment type ID. I'll drag it here. The next one is job title. So in job title, I'll just right click, remove other columns, remove duplicate, then start from 1. And this will be job title. Sorry, job title ID. The next one will be salaries. Okay, salary currency, salary USD, employee residence. Okay, so let me duplicate this. Gym employee residence. So I'll go to employee residence column, select it, remove other column, remove duplicate, and insert a column starting from 1. And this is going to be employee residence ID. The next one is company location and company size. So I can just duplicate this twice. Even this, I can change it to fact underscore data engineer data salary. Let me just make it data salary. Okay. So this, for this, I'm going to use company location. So I'll just right click here, remove other columns, remove duplicate, insert a new column from 1, and then I'll call it company location ID. Then I'll bring it here. So this is going to be the company location, and the next one is going to be company size. So yeah, so I'll just right click here, remove other column, remove duplicate, insert a new column starting from 1, that's the index column, and this is going to be company size ID, and this is going to be the company size. Okay, so I think we are done with all the dimension tables. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to merge this with this column and take out these ones. So the first thing to do is to look at experience level. So I'll select the fact table, go to home, make sure you go to home, you go to merge queries. Now look at what we are going to do. We are going to link this table with the fact table by ID. Okay, so experience level is the first one. I'll go and look for dim experience level. Select this column. So it is linking this table with this, and then I'll click OK. Once done, it will create a new column with table. So what I'm going to do now is to click here. I don't want the original column name as prefix, and then I want to maintain only the experience level ID. Now, by maintaining the experience level ID, I can now go and delete this, which means that this main table is now linked to the experience level table. Okay, so I will not delete it for now. Let me just merge all so that I can delete all the other columns at once. So I'll go to merge query again. Employment type is next. Remember, we are going to select dim employment type, select this column, and then click OK. Once done, we are going to do the same thing like we did earlier. I'll take out this and maintain only the ID. Okay, so this is also here. Do another merge. We are going to repeat this 5 times. So job title, dim job title. Select this. We click OK. We click here. Take out the job title so as to maintain only the job title ID. Then I click OK. So we have job title is left with 3. So I'll merge query again. I'll go to employee residence, dim employee residence. I'll select this. You can see the selection matches, you see. So I click OK. I'll click here, take out the employee residence and click OK. The next one, again, merge queries. Company location. We have the company location somewhere here. We'll link these 2 columns. We click OK. Go here, take out the company location, and then we maintain only the ID. The last one is the company size. So I'll select company size here, select dim company size, these 2. I'll click OK. Once done, I go here, maintain only the company size ID. Okay, so I think we are done. Now the next thing to do is to take out those columns that we don't need. So this way, I'll go here. So I'm just pressing Control on my keyboard. Then I'll select while maintaining my finger on the Control key. Company location, then company size. Now we take them out. Okay, so now that it is done, I'll now go to Home and close and apply. Okay, so now we can go back here. Let's go to our model view. Then we have all our tables here. This is nice. Look at it. So we have the fact table here. When I click this, you can see that it is showing company size ID with company size ID. When I select this, we can see employee residence ID, employee residence ID. When I click here, you can see company location ID, company location ID. This also you can do it manually if you want to do so. That is if it is not done for you. There is also an option that you can select as to do it yourself. Okay, very good. So now we can go back here and look at what we are supposed to do. What are we supposed to do? When I look at this screen here, we have the average salary. So we need to create a measure to get the average salary. Now, we'll create a measure to get the previous year average salary. We create another measure to get the growth. Okay, so let's go ahead and start creating our measures. So the first measure to create is the average salary. So I'll go here and start creating. Now let me create a table that will keep all my measures. So here I'll just say all measures. Okay, so when I go here, I can now add new measure. What are we creating? We are creating the average salary. So average salary will be equal to, we use the function average, salary from the fact table, salary in USD. Okay, so we have a measure for the average salary. Now, how are we going to create the measure for the previous year salary? So let's look at our table. When you go to our table, fact table here, it's the fact table data salary. You can see the work year, and this is what we are going to use. In all, we have 4 years. So the current year is 2024, and the previous year is 2023. That's 2024 minus 1. Okay, so I can go here and say new measure, average salary previous year. So the first thing I need to do is to create a variable that will call the previous year for me. So here I'll just say previous year is equal to the max work year, and then to get the previous year we are going to do minus 1. So the max work year is going to give us 2024. Minus 1 will be 2023. Okay, so now I'll go down here and return. What am I returning? I'm now returning the average. So I'll calculate the average salary that I created earlier and then filter it by saying work year is equal to the previous year. So this should give me the previous year salary. Okay, so let me just dump it here and see. So we have average salary is giving me 149,000, and then let me click here to get the previous year, which is 153. Okay, very good. Now the next thing is to create the growth. So here I'm going to create another measure for the growth. But before then, I can create the, okay, so let me create the variance. And it's very simple. So we'll do previous year minus, the variance will be average this year minus the previous year. This is how to get a variance. And the next thing to do is to calculate the growth. The growth is what we are also going to use the growth in this. So this is actually the growth here, and then we'll append it with the arrow. So first let's create the growth. Average salary growth. So divide, just a minute. So we can use average salary variance division previous year salary. So average salary previous year. The variance we all know, that is the current salary minus average salary previous year, division average salary previous year. Okay, so we have the growth. Now, what we are going to do is to put the growth, to format it in this way. So, what I'm going to do is to create another measure, format it in a way that it will have the up and down arrow. So here, growth arrow. So over the up arrow, for the arrow, I have a unique card that I use. So 129, 129. So this one gives you the up arrow. You can check online. You can also do this. That is to go here, go to your keyboard, press the window key, dot. Then you get this. Okay. So var down arrow is equal to Unica 129131. Sorry, I should have pressed Shift Enter. So var growth is going to be our average salary growth. Var variance is going to be our average salary variance. And then the last one is going to be our number of, that's our average salary. But I can just go and use it here. So return if. So what I want to do is to check if my average salary is blank. So if average salary is blank, so I can create it here just to make it easier for you. So average salary, so here I'll just say is blank. In doing so, what I'll do is I'm just rename this. So if this is blank, if you have a better way of writing this, you can do that. So we use the variance here. Check if the variance is greater than 0. So this is where we are going to do our check. And then once the check is done, then what we do is to round our variance should be our growth, because we are displaying the growth. So the growth times 100, we round it up to 1, and then we just add, let me just leave it like this. We can come and play with it. Or we add the arrow. There is an arrow that we created at the top there. So let's add the percentage to it and then append the arrow. Otherwise, so this what this is saying is that if the variance is greater than 0, around the growth already is 2 point something. Whatever value we have here, round it up, uh, one decimal number, and then you multiply by 100. Okay, and then append it with the up arrow. Now, in this case, we are going to have the same thing. That is, if it is less, if it is not greater than 0, so we'll have this, but the difference is that we will append this with the down arrow. Okay, so look at this. The moment I close this, you can see it is indicating that this is the one I closed here. It is highlighted. Then when you come back here, you close this. So I think we are done. Let me press enter and see what we have. Very good. So let me go here, click the, I don't need this now. Let me drag it here. Click the average salary group out. Very good. You can see it came with the arrow here. This is what we wanted to achieve. Very good. So now I think with this we can start working on our card. So what we have here is a new card. The new card is what we have here. So those of us who have not used the new card yet with the reference can learn a bit from here. So let me go to my new screen here, get in the new card. But before then, I just remember I changed the size of my background. So it's not the default one. I'm using a custom one. So here, the height I'm using is 800. And the width I'm using is 1500. Okay. And also we are going to use this background. So this is something simple I did in PowerPoint. Save it as PNG, and then I can drag it. I can upload it at my side over there. Now, if you want to learn more about this, you can check some of my other videos. You will see how I did some of the background in PowerPoint. Remember to subscribe and like the video. Okay, so let's get back here. We go here, select the canvas background. We go and look for the image. It is here. Pull it down here. You can see it's not showing. So what do we do? The transparency is 100. So I'll bring it to 0. Then we have this. Okay, so I think we can start working now. I'll go here for the card. I'm going to look for new card. Look at it very well. Card new. Okay, so I'll select this, bring it a bit down here, drag it here. Now, look at what I'm going to do. I'll select the average salary. Average salary is here. First of all, let me format some of them. I'll select average salary here. Make sure it's currency. And I want the decimal should be, it should not be left with anything. So 0. Yeah, round it up. So we have 150,000 here. Okay, so the growth will be in percentage. The arrow is fine. The previous year should also be currency. Then we have this. Okay, so the variance will also be currency. That's current year minus previous year. Okay, so now I've added my average salary, which is $150,000. Now I need to add my reference and code. So first of all, let me format this card. I'll take out the background. The card itself will have no border for now. The background is going to be this background. Let me pick it from here. Yes, I'll copy it from here. So I'll go here, more colors. I'll put this. You can see the color has changed. We can make it transparency 50. Okay, so the next thing to do is to add now let's leave this for now. Change the color of our callout values. So I'll go here, change the color to something like this. Let me go here, then I use this. Okay, the label also will have this color. Very good. Now for all of them, what I want to do is to center, layout, center. Okay, so now let me add the reference level. I'll go here, make sure average salary is selected. For now, we don't have much on this card. That is why we only have average salary showing in all. So I'm selecting average salary. I'll go to add data. I'll add the previous year. So PY is added. Good. Yes, we'll use this. Yeah. So PY is added. I want to change. You see, it's showing average salary PY. I want to change it. So I'll go here, select average salary, go to title, select custom, come here, take out the average salary. I can put my column here. We'll change the color to this because that color is also going, the background color is actually going to change. For value, I want to make it bold and give it the same color as what we gave the label. And the next thing to do, let me change the color of the background before we move further. So here I'll select all, go to background, choose this color and make it 50. Very good. It's now visible. Now I can come back here because after this we need to add the group. So I'll come back here, make sure average salary is selected. I'll go to detail, enable it, go down here. Now it's disabled. Why is it disabled? Because on top here average salary is not selected. So I can come back again, go to detail, add this and say where is my group arrow. Make sure it is the one that has arrow. Very good. Now change the color to this. You can see it is showing now. Nice. So let me reduce this a bit. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to do the same thing for number of engineers, fully remote engineers, because it's the same process. You can see previous year and the growth. And because we've already done the average salary, I'm going to pause the video for now so that I can do the rest of them, the next two, because it's going to be the same process. Average salary, for example, when you select this one, you can change it. This one, you can just change the name. So I'm going to work on that and then I'll get back. Let me pause the video, then we'll look at that later. Okay, so this is what I've done. We have already worked on the average salary. We have number of engineers. We have fully remote engineers. So I've gone ahead to create the measures, that will be needed for number of engineers and fully remote engineers. And it's going to be the same thing, the same process or procedures that we follow to do the average salary. So let's go here. When you get here, you see that we have average salary here, which has already been done. The number of engineers is a count row of the fact data salary, and we have the number of engineers previous year. So we calculated the previous year minus that is the max year minus 1, and then we use the number of engineers to calculate the previous year number of engineers. We have the growth here. So you have number of engineers group, which means that the number of engineers variance, that is current year minus previous year, and then a division of number of previous year. And we have the growth arrow, which I did for the same thing, that is average salary. So we have number of engineers, growth for the growth here, we have the number, we have the blank just to check if it is blank, and if it is greater here, we do what? We round it up and append it with the up arrow. If it is less, we append it with the down arrow. Okay, so, and I did the same thing for number of fully remote engineers. But how did you get the number of fully remote engineers? What I did was to filter the fact table. So first of all, I got the number of rows from the fact table, and then I filter it with the remote ratio of 100. So just like I mentioned earlier, when the remote ratio is 100, it means that the guy is working fully remote. Okay, so and I follow the same procedure to do the previous year, to do the variance, to calculate the growth and the growth arrow, just like we did for average salary and number of engineers. So I'm going to append this here. If you have any question, just let me know. If you have any concern, let me know so that I can help. Okay, so I'm going to add this here. So the second one is going to be, make sure you select the card. If you don't select, it's going to add another card. So you select the card and you add number of engineers. So we have the number of engineers. I think now I can drag it here, number of engineers, and the next one is number of fully remote engineers. So out of 17,000, we have 5,000 who are fully remote. Okay, so I'm going to follow the same process to add the previous year and the group for each one of them. So I'll go, remember, I'll go back to reference label. This time I'm going to do it for number of engineers. I'll add a label, which is previous year of number of engineers. You see it is showing, but it is black. So let me change the label title, customize it, come here and make it only previous year, and the title color is going to be this. Okay, so the value itself is going to be, sorry, the value is going to have this color, and then it's going to be bold. Okay, now the next thing to add is the detail. So I'll go to add data, select the growth, but this time it's going to be number of engineers growth arrow. So we have that here. Then I change the color for us to see it. Very good. Now I'll do the same thing for fully remote engineers, and let's go through it step by step again. So reference label, I'll select fully remote engineers. I'll select add data. So I'm adding its previous year. So fully remote engineer previous year. I'll select it again here just to change the title. So I'll select custom, come down here and make it only previous year. Change the color to be this so that it is visible. The value also is there, just that is black. So I'll change it to this. I'll make it bold. Add detail for the growth. So I'll add this growth arrow. or let me just type arrow. So we have this here. I'll change the color to this. Okay, so I think we are done for these three. Now we need to add salary growth. Is the same thing as what we have. This growth here is the same thing as what we have. The only difference is that I added a Sparkline. So we are going to also look at how this was done. The Sparkline was done. So I'll go back here and add the average salary growth. But when you add it, you realize that it's not showing on the card here unless you scroll down. You see, but we don't want it that way. So what I'll go and do is to select the layout of the card. Look here, we have maximum card shown. So I'll make it 6. I think I'm adding 6 to it. I'll make it 6. So 4 cards so far. Now for average salary growth, let me select average salary growth. We don't want it, I want it to be 0 here. The number of decimal places shown should be 0. So you can see 3% minus 3%. This one is minus 2.6. So we formatted this to be 1. So let's do the same thing for this. Instead of 0, I'll make it 1. So we can have the 2.6. Okay, so now the next thing is to add the highest paying job and the lowest paying job. How do we calculate that? Okay, so we create a measure to calculate the highest paying job. So here, new measure. Then I'll type highest paying job. That's the job title. So I'll go down here, use the first, I can use the first non-blank. Come down here, top N. So with top N, I want to select 1. That's top 1 of whatever record I'm going to get. So I'm going to use values. What values is going to do for me is to select all job titles. And it's going to be unique. And then I'll go down here, add the average salary. Okay, so I'm going to get the job titles along with their average salary in descending order. Now, because it's in descending order, it's going to start from the highest. And I only need 1. That is why I put the top N here. So it's going to give me only 1. I'll close this. That's for the top N. Then put the comma here. So the first non-blank is to give me the average salary. The first average salary result that is not blank. So this gives me the highest paying job. Okay, so let's select our card here and add the highest paying job. Okay, not everything is showing here. Let's quickly work on it. Or let me use the highest paying job measure to calculate the lowest paying job. So new measure. And this time, I'm going to change this to be lowest. And I'll maintain the same thing. The only thing I need to change is instead of descending, it's going to be ascending. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I added some 3. There's nothing like ascending 3. Okay. So, I have this. So, what's going to add is to add the lowest paying job to our card. Okay, so I have the lowest paying job here. Okay, so for us to be able to see it quickly, let me just drop it on a card. So highest paying job is here. Oh la la, this guy is really getting a lot of money. Analytics engineering manager. Okay, and then let me drop this guy, lowest paying job, principal data architect. Okay, very good. Now we need to, it's very good to display the highest paying job. but it is also good to add the salary. We want to know the amount at glance. Okay, so I'm going to create another measure that will give us the amount at glance. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to right click here again, new measure. Okay, so highest caps, highest paying job salary. This time I'll use the calculate max. Okay, summarize. I will explain this once I'm done. Okay, so now the fact table, comma, you see, and the moment you type a function, you can see create a summary, the input table group by the specified columns. Okay, so what columns are we grouping it by? That is where I'll add my job title, and then what happens next? So we create a summary, the input table group by the specified column. So here I can create something quick, just average salary, and then add the average salary to it. Then close this. Display. So this in this time is returning the largest numeric value or largest string that result from evaluating an expression for each row of the table. So here, remember, this is what we created. So we should get the same name out. Close this and close the calculate. Okay, so this gives us the salary. Let's see if this is working. Okay, so highest paying job salary. Oh, 399,000. Okay. Okay, very good. So we can use this to calculate the lowest paying job salary. So new measure. I'm sure you are guessing it right. So the only thing we are going to change here is going to be max S to min X. And what does it do? Return the smallest numeric value or smallest strings, a string that results from evaluating an expression for each row of a table. Okay, very good. Let's look at what this gives us. The lowest paying job salary. Okay, 38,000. Very good. So I want to quickly format this. So for the highest paying job, currency 0. For the lowest paying job, salary, currency 0. Okay. Okay, so I think we are good now. So I'm going to add the salary to the reference. So I can take out these two, these three cards. We don't need them again. Okay. Okay. So the call out values are big. Let's make it 25 for all of them. Sorry. 25 for all of them. Okay, so because I did it earlier for every salary, so we have 25 for all of them. Very good. Now what I'm going to do is to reduce the highest paying job salary further, but that is okay. Let's quickly go to reference labels. Select highest paying job. We are going to add its salary. So here, what I'm going to do is to add highest paying job salary. It is showing here. So I'll go to the title. Before the title, I'll go here, select custom, and instead of all this, I'll take it out and leave salary there. Change the color to this color. The value is also going to be this, and let's make it bold. We can even make the salary bigger so that it encourages all of us to get to that level. Okay, so let's do the same thing for the lowest paying job. So lowest paying job, add data, lowest paying job salary. We have that here. I'll select its label. I'll go to title custom. I'll come here, change this to salary. I'll give it this color. The value, make it bold, big, and then give it this color. I think we use 16. I don't remember. 16. Okay, so we are here now. What I'm going to do is to reduce the size of this. So let me go to the highest paying job again. This is not done here. Call out value, sorry. So highest paying job, it should be, let's say 15. That's okay. And lowest paying job, it should also be 15. Now, the next thing to do is to select all here, go to layout, and then the call out size should be 70. Okay. Now, another thing I need to do is in values test wrap. You can see now analytics engineering manager. Maybe I should go back and make it bigger and see how it's going to look like. So highest paying job, 25, no, 15. That's okay. You can play with it. If you get it right, that's fine. Okay, so what is left for us to do here? This, we are going to remove the divider. So we'll leave the divider for some of them. Some will be taken out. So for all, the divider is going to be this color. And then the transparency will be maybe 50. Okay. And for the layout, it should be centered. Okay. So now I want to do I'll take out this divider for the average salary group. So let me go here, select average salary group, go to its divider and take it out. You can see that it's coming to the middle now. This is okay, this is okay. This is also okay. Number of fully remote engineers, not everything is showing. So but we can leave it like that. That's okay. I will come back and work on it. Okay, so I can reduce this a bit, drag it down. Okay. Now, let's look at the Sparkline. Okay, for the Sparkline, what I did was to pick it from Kerry Kolosko. I don't know if I pronounced the name well. She is so good. She is so good. So let's go to her site. This is the site, Kerry Kolosko. So you go to template, SVG templates. We are looking for this Sparkline. Very good. So this is it here. So I'll copy this. Let's look at how this is going to change. So I'll create a new measure. I've pasted whatever I copied from the site there. You can see opaque area Sparkline. no one value bright. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to write average salary Sparkline. I don't need the bright. Let me take that out. Now look at this. We need to change few things. Look at this here. We don't have financials date. We have work year. So let me look for my work year and put it here. Now I'm going to do the same thing for all. So I'll right click and I'll click select this, that is highlight this, Control Shift L. Then you start typing fact data salary work year. This is it. And then here, instead of financials, it is fact data salary. I think this is the only one here. So I'll just replace. Now, the gross, what are we showing? It's not sum of gross sales. We are showing the average salary. So Control Shift L. Then we do what? We type average salary. The average salary is here. This on our right. Okay, so I think we are done. Let's see if this is working. Now that we've created it, we need to bring it here to the card. Okay, so I'm going to I'll select my card. I'll go to images. I'll select average salary. I'll enable the image, select image URL, click this and select the Sparkline. So this is it, average salary Sparkline. Now I've added it, but nothing seems to be showing. What is going on? Sometimes you have to be careful. You think it's not working. It has happened to me before. So you go to size and then you change it to 150. Oh la la, you see it's showing. This is nice. This is beautiful. Now I don't want it to show on the right side of the text. What I'm going to do is to put it below the text. Nice. Now we have it here. Okay, let me drag this a bit down, down. Okay, this is nice. Okay, so look at this. Now let's change the color. I want us to use this particular color. So this will also enable us to know where that is being done. Where do we change the color? What color do we even need? So I think this is the color. So let me copy this from here. Go here. Go to the Sparkline itself, the measure, select it. You see here, there is color here. Select it up to the hash. I'll copy this, paste it here. That is it. Okay, so let's see what is going to show us. What do we have? Oh, okay, it's coming. Now there's something we need to change again. You see at the top here, it starts from the 1 The 23 is 23%. That is I think is a transparency. I was just trying it and it was okay. So let's remove the hash here. I pasted the same color, just that I removed the hash. I press enter. Let's look at what we have. Nice. This is better. So I'm going to do the same thing for number of engineers. Let's select our Sparkline again. Select all, new measure. This time is going to be for number of engineers. So we look for average salary. Control Shift L, change it to number of engineers. See, this is what I have here. I'm typing it the same way it is here. It is a measure. So we have this. I think I'm done. So number of engineers Sparkline have been created. Let me create another one for a number of fully remote engineers. So this is going to be number of fully remote engineers. So number of fully, sorry, I didn't click Control Shift L, number of fully remote engineers. So we have this. Then the last one is going to be for the average salary growth. So new measure, paste. So here I will select average salary, Control Shift L, average salary growth. Very good. Now let's go and add those spark lines to our card. So I'll come back here. I'm still in images. Let's look at it again. I'm going to select the card. I'll go to images. This time I'm selecting number of engineers. You enable the image. You make sure it is image URL. You click here and then you select, just look for Sparkline. This time we are looking for number of engineers Sparkline. And I told you earlier that you may think it's not working, but it is there. So change the size to 150. Okay, and then we want it to be below the text. Wonderful. We go back here, we select number of fully remote engineers. Enable the image URL. You click this button, you look for Sparkline. So number of fully remote engineers, Sparkline. We have it there, but we need to change this to 150 and then send it below the text. Now it's left with average salary growth. You go here, enable the image URL, click this button, Sparkline, average salary growth, Sparkline. Now you come down here, make it 150. You can make it 200, you can make it 250, depending on the space you have. And this time I'm sending it below the text. Wow. Okay, so let's check if everything is done on the card side. Let's look at what we have here. Here we have average salary. I think we have the previous year, the growth. We have the highest paying job. The only thing missing is the icon, but we'll come back to that later. Okay, so the next thing is to, let me click average salary here. The next thing is to add the average salary over the period. So I'm going to add an area chart. Here I select the average salary, and then for the x-axis I'll enter the work year. I can set it here. Work year is here. Now make sure the work year is an x-axis. This is it. So we have this here. You take it up a bit, bring it down a bit. So we have this here. Now it is time to do a bit of formatting. Okay, so I'll select it, go here. Because I didn't create the shapes from PowerPoint, I can just use this direct. So I'll make sure the background is the color you are using. Okay, I can make the transparency maybe 50, depending on how you want it to be. You can make it 50, or you can leave it as it is. But let's make it 50. Okay, so we take out before then, sorry, let's just leave it as it was so that you can see what I want to do. Okay, so for X axis, we don't need a title. For Y axis as well, we don't need a title. So taking out. Okay, so now I can go back here. For the background, I use the same color I chose earlier. Make it 50. Now I don't need a grid. So these grids, I don't need them. I'll take them out. Now I'll change the color of the lines to this particular color. I want to take this color from here. Okay, so this color. So here we'll go to more color. I didn't copy the hash earlier, so let me just paste this. So this is the color I'm going to use. For the x-axis, the value should be the other one, and the same thing is for the y-axis. Okay, so we can make it a bit bigger. For the y-axis, I don't really need a value, but I'll first add the data labels before then. Okay, so we have the title as well. Let me go to the title, change the color of the title. I will select by work year. So let me change the work year here. Okay, so average salary by work year. So salary trend over the period. Okay, so I can drag this so that it is well aligned. Then I'll reduce the size, play with the size here, the width. Let me take one out now. Okay, so I think this is good. I added a trend line, then the data labels. Okay, so data labels, value, then I can go and take out. Sometimes you increase and it's not really reflecting. That's okay. So let me take out the y-axis values. Good. And there was this trend line that I used. So let me click here, change the color to this, and then the transparency should be 50. Very good. Okay, so the next thing to do is the average salary by experience level. And look at how I did the bar here. A bit rounded on top there. I'm going to show you how this is done. Okay, so let's go here. I'll bring in my bar. This time, I'm looking at average salary by experience level. Okay, so where are you experience level? So this is it. So this tells you that the executive guys are earning more than the seniors, the middle and the entry. So you can see very nicely displayed here. And we are going to do the same thing just like we did for the area chart, the same formatting. So let me select the area chart and see if I can do a direct formatting. I think a bit this has been done for me. I just need to change the color of this. Okay. So this one, let me reduce it a bit. So average salary by experience. Okay. I can make this one everyday. Okay. So the color of the columns will change to this. I want to reduce the size. So I'll make it 60, or you can go 70. Okay, so I have this here, but how do I make it rounded on the top there? So we can use the arrow bars. So I'll select it, go to arrow bars, make sure average salary is selected, enable it, add the same average salary to the upper bound, go to bars. The moment I added it, you can see something small showing here. Go to bar, change the marker shape to circle. You see it's showing on top there. Remove the border size. Okay, and then sorry, not this. The marker size, increase the width. You see I'm increasing it, and then we change the color to the same color. Let me reduce it a bit. Okay, it looks rounded. This is not bad. So let me copy this and paste it. I will work on the size later. So the next one is by employment type. So I'll go here, instead of experience this time, I can click here and change the experience to employment type. So we have employment type here. Okay, so you can see employment type here. This I can reduce it to employment type. Very good. So we have this here, the employment type. You can see the full-time people with 150K, that's the average salary, and so on and so forth. Now the next one is this bar here. This bar here, the job titles with their salaries, okay, from the highest to the lowest. Okay, so let me bring this here. I think I can copy this same thing, change it to be this. Okay, then instead of the employment type, I'll select job title. So I'll replace this with the job title. So you can see everything is showing there. Then I'll drag it here, drag it down. You can see as I'm dragging, this is becoming bigger. You can also decide to do this lollipop. So I could have done it for this, but let me change it because I want to be consistent. So I'll go back to the arrow bars, come here, reduce the marker size to 4 is okay. Okay. And then you can see that even the job titles are not well shown. So what you can do is to increase the size of, go to layout, look at where I went to, y-axis, go to layout. The minimum category height is 20 pixels. You can increase it. see. No, not this. Sorry. Okay, so we had 20 here. Sorry. That's not the one. Sorry, it is maximum width. This is the one. So I'll make it 40. Looks okay. So that's it. 40 looks okay. That's it. Okay. So the next thing we are adding is the average salary by remote ratio and the average salary by company size. And for this, we use the donut chart. So let me bring down my donut chart here. So average salary by remote ratio. So we are here. I want to format it this way, so I'll select this. Try and save this work. Come here. I'll take out the legend. That's number one. Drag this here. Okay. Reduce the top size. And then here is going to be, I want to make it average salary. Okay, so I'm going to change the color and also work on the details. So before changing the color, let's go here. I think remote ratio is supposed to be legend. So we have what I wanted. So we select this. Sorry, let me select data category and data value. So you can see for the remote ratio, which is 100, that is fully remote, 145,000 as average salary. 50-50, that's 83,000, and those are always in the office, 153,000. Now, this you can change it in the table. So 0 mean maybe physical, and then 50, that is half, and here fully remote. And that is what we use to calculate our fully remote average salary, fully remote number of engineers on top here. Okay, so I'm now going to change the slices colors. Let's use for the remote, I want us to use this, and then for this, let me use this color. I can pick one of these, this one. This is not that visible, so we can do it this way, this way, this way. Okay, and then I want to reduce the size a bit here, so 75. Okay, so I can now copy this, paste it, and this time is going to be by company size. So I'll go here, change the remote ratio to company size. And then I'll use the same coloring. So here, this, and then this will go here. Okay, very good. So for large, we have 141,000. For medium, which is the highest, and the small, 87,000. Now the last thing we need to add here, the last thing we need to add here is the map. Okay, so for the map, what I'm going to do is to bring in this, select average salary, and then we select company location. Very good. And then here, what I'm going to do is to go to map settings, change this one to Arial, and then the bubbles, change the color to this. Yeah, this is the one we'll be using. Yeah. Okay, so when I put my cursor on it, I should be able to see something. Yeah, so Canada, we have US 156,000. Okay, so let me format the background of this to be the same. Okay, and then the title will be this. Okay, so this is not bad. We've built something nice and everything is on average here. Now what I want to do is, at the same time, I want to show the number of engineers by the same, using the same visual. Okay, so engineers count, we should see, okay, 2023 we have the highest engineering count. 2024 is lowest, probably because, okay, so we are still at the beginning of 2024, or in the middle, not yet in the middle, we are still in May. And you see engineers count here also by experience level. Engineers count by employment type. You can see full-time, there are so many. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We need to be able to filter. So if I want to see by average, I click average, engineers count. Okay, so which job title has the highest engineering count? So you can see data engineer, there are so many. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do next. So what I have to do is to create, I'll go to modeling, I'll go to new parameter, fields parameter. And here I'll name it selector. What am I selecting? I'm selecting either average salary or number of engineers. This is it. So I'll leave the add slicer to this page like that and click create. So it's going to add a new slicer for me. Okay, so here I have a new slicer. When I click average, nothing happens. When I click number of engineers, nothing happens. How come? Because we've not linked it yet to any of the visuals. So we start with this. I'll select average salary by work. Instead of having average salary at y-axis, what I'm going to do is to replace it by our selector. Okay, now watch. When I select average salary, it's coming all right. You see, when I select number of engineers, Yeah, so you can see number of engineers in 2023, 8,519. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the rest. Select the selector for this. I'll do the same thing for this. Select the selector instead of average salary. Here, I'll do same. Select the selector instead of average salary. Here, I'll do same. Select the selector instead of average salary. Here, select the selector instead of average salary. Here, select the selector instead of average salary. Yeah, I think we've done it for this also. So you see, instead of creating another page for number of engineers, we are using the same page to filter. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me make this, I'll change this one to be the new slicer. Okay, now let's format the new slicer. Number one, I don't need a title. Number two, I'll go to the layout. I'll change the number of rows to 1. Change the columns to 2. Okay. And then here, I can just, reduce it this way. Drag it this way. Bring it to the top here. Okay. Drag it here. Okay. Then take out the background. We don't need the background. We want to center the call out values. Okay. Now, if it is not selected, it should have this color. So let's go to buttons. In buttons, number one, we don't need the border. Number two, we want to add the accent bar, and the accent bar should be this color. And we want that accent bar to be at the bottom. And when it's not selected, it should be 1, the width. But when it is selected, so I'll go to the top here, the state, change it to when selected, the accent bar should be same color, but it should be, the width should be 3. So you can see when it's selected is this. Now we also want it when it's selected, when it's not selected, the color is kind of this color. So let me highlight it again. Okay, so when it's not selected, if it is default, the fill color should be this. It should not be white. This color. Okay. The text, to get a text, you have to go to the call out values. It should be this color. Okay. You see, and when we hover over it, the color should be different. So I'll go back to buttons, select hover, the color should be the same color here. So when I hover, you see, and when I click, I want the same color. So when I press also, same color. Okay, just that when I press, I want, when I hover, I want the value should be bold. Sorry, when I hover, the value should be bold and bigger. So look at it. When I hover, you see, bold and bigger. And let's see, we select. That's it. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Okay, so for average salary, okay, so when it's selected, I want to try something and see if we can change it to okay, this is fine. This is fine. So look at it. Look at it. When it's selected, we want the call out value should be this bold 14. So you see, so that's it. This is fine. Now something else we need to quickly do, that is now when we select number of engineers, the color changes. So I'll select this quickly, go to lines, change it to this. So look at it. When I do this, so it maintains the same color. Now the same thing here, when I select number of engineers, you can see that the rounding is not showing again. And we go to our error bars. So we are in our error bars. Number of engineers, you make sure it's selected. You come here, you say number of engineers, you enable it, you go to bar, you select this, no border size, we change it to this, and then we increase the size. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to this one. So I'll select this first, number of engineers selected. I'll add here number of engineers, enable it. If you don't enable it, the bars will be disabled. So let's say if it's disabled, you cannot work on a bar. So you enable it, you go to bar, you change the color, we select this border size 0, I change the marker size. Yeah, so this is it. Let's see, if I select average salary, everything is okay. Number of engineers, now we do the same thing for number of engineer by job title. Okay, so here add number of engineers, enable it, change the color to this, the marker size should be circle, remove the border size, and this we can reduce it. Okay, very good. Now let's quickly change this color. I think it's okay. No. Okay. So I think we are good now. Select average salary, select number of engineers. Okay, so let's put a test here for people to know they can filter. Number one is to take out the background and then change the title to the label to this color. So select it is here. Now let's bring in our icons. Okay, so but before then, okay, let's just bring in our icon. So let's go to insert image number one. I'll go to icon, drop this here. It's bringing group, so I can put that here. Number of engineers, add another image, salary group, The salary growth label is not on the same line as this one. The same thing is happening with highest paying jobs. So I'm going to disable them and put some text there over that. So let me finish with the icons. This is good for remote. Okay, so I'll add another one. I can add this one to average salary. There's this guy jubilating here. So he's good for highest paying job. And then for the lowest paying job, let me bring something. Guy smiling a bit here. He just got a new job. Okay. So this is it. Now let me disable these labels and put some text boxes on top there. So average salary growth, for example, I'm going to the call out values, making sure I select average salary growth. I take out the label. Okay. For the highest paying job, I'll take out the label. Okay. And then for the lowest paying job, I'll take out the label. So now I can create a text box. This will be salary growth. Salary growth. So I can use the same thing. Highest paying job. Highest paying job can come down a bit. Then the last one for lowest paying job. Okay, very good. Let's put some icon here. So I'll go back to insert, get some image. Okay, so you can put this there. Okay, and then I'll put another text box here. Data engineers salaries dashboard. Big. So here maybe 28 or 24. 24. I'll make this one bold. I may make this one smaller. 18. Very good. So now we are left with the filter. Okay, so let's quickly create the filter. I'll drop a shape here. Insert. Sorry, I'll go to insert. Bring in a shape. Somewhere here. So create a filter. What do we have here? So let me click here. Year, company size, job title. So year, work year. I want it to be a drop down. Okay, so work here. I want to take out the background. Even the shape background should be, the fill color should be this same color. So we come back to this. The header should be this. The value should be this. And the background should be this. So when I click, I have this, which is okay. So I can copy this now. Drop it here. We need 5. Drop this here. We need another one. Drop this here. We need another one. Drop it here. Okay. So company size, job title. So this one is company size. So I'll go here, replace it with company size. This one is job title. I'll go here, replace it with job title. This one should be experience level. So experience level. And the last one is employment type. Okay, so for company size, for job title, experience level, employment type, okay, so I'll put a label here. Filter pane. Then I'll look for a button that I can put there. So let me get a button. So go back to insert, black button. This button style text will be X. 14 and change it. Let me make it 16 bold. No border. Fill. Okay. Okay, so I'll copy this button, put it down here. Okay. And then paste another one, put it here. So this one, the text is going to be close. So the same close we have on top there. This is going to be clear. Okay. So what this is going to do is this panel, let me take out the border. Okay. So what I want to do is to group all this. So first of all, let me select this, label this, 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 this button, this. The shape, Control G to group all of them. I think I left out the button on top there. So let's go to view. Let's go to selection. In selection, I can look for, I can change this one to filter pin. So this button, yes, so this is the button selected here. So we can bring it in. Okay, so it's here now. Very good. So now we need to create a bookmark. So what's going to happen is when I click here, it should show it. When I click close or this close, it should close it. So let's go and select bookmarks from view. So bookmarks here, we add one, which is show pane. Another one, which is hide pane. Okay, so let me first hide it. You see it's gone. Show is coming. Okay, so let me click hide here. Take out data, only selected visuals. So I'll select, I'll hide it, right click, hide it, make sure it is selected. Then you go here, update. Now when I click show pane, it's going to show it. So before that, let me just take out data, I need only selected values. Then I'll bring it back, select it, right click here, update. Let's see if it's working. Okay, 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 very good. So when I click this here, but there's nothing, this is just an image from the background itself. So let me just add a button here. So I'll go back to insert, add a button, a blank button, drag it here, put it on it, and take out the border. So that button, I'll go and take out the border. So it is blank now. Okay. But when I click it, it should show the pane, the filter pane. When I click the close, it should hide it. So I'll select the button here, go down to action, enable it. Then you go to bookmark and you select show pane. When you click here, this button, make sure you select it. This is what is going to happen because it's grouped. You can't just click once and select the button. So you click the button first, you click it second time just to make sure it is highlighted, and then you go here, select bookmark, and then you select hide pane. The same thing will be done for close button. You select hide pane, bookmark, hide pane. Okay, for the clear, we want to clear the filters when they are selected. We want to clear all at once. So I'll select clear, go to action, go to clear all slices. But you need to be careful here. If you have other slices on the page which are not part of this, it's going to clear all of them. Okay, so this is okay. So what I'm going to do is, let me click on the control key on your keyboard and then select close. When I click on the filter, it shows. When I click on close here, it is closed. When I click here, it shows again. Let's say I want to filter only by maybe admin and data analysis. This is what we have. I want to select the experience level to be entry. This is what I have. So I can clear all at once and then hide my, there's something. Okay, sorry. This, for example, should be, we need to make sure this one is always selected. So single select, first selection. Okay, so one is always selected. So let's go back here, try it again. Select the job title, admin and data analyst. Select the entry level, maybe entry level. It is filtered. You click clear, everything is cleared, and then you click close, and then it's gone. Very good. So this brings us to the end of our video tutorial. This is what I had wanted to share with you. Any comments, let me know. Anything that we need to do to make it better, let me know. Remember to subscribe and click the like button. Thank you so much.